It's Friday. You can hear my dog chomping on his bone in the background. I've got some chicken. It's still pretty frozen. So I pulled it out of the little the storage thing, cryovac that it was stored in. And I've got it sitting in water. I've added some kosher salt, because that's what I have, and some garlic salt, some no salt, and adobo. Those are like my favorite seasonings anyway. The ghee in the background is just sitting there. That's not part of it. So anyway, I've got that and that and my garlic salt and some adobo. So I'm going to let it sit in this for 24 hours just to let it defrost all the way and let that salt absorb and give the chicken some good flavor. So I'll turn it back on and tell you tomorrow what we're going to do then, because I don't know yet. And then I covered it with foil. I don't know what the rules are, so I just covered it with foil, and now it's going to go in my refrigerator till tomorrow. Good morning. It is Saturday. I don't know what I'm necessarily doing. I'm making it up as I go. But this is what I'm going to do. I'm pouring the water out of the chicken. And I'm hoping none of them fall out into my sink, because I don't have a super clean sink. It worked. Little piece. Hey dog. Nope, none of them heard me, so it's going down the drain. There was a dog just behind me just a second ago, and I was going to give it to them, but tip it once more. Alright. So, it's about 8 o'clock in the morning, and I'm just going to dry off this bowl. And I'll leave this sitting out for, I don't know, I'm thinking a couple hours, just to kind of let it all the way get to room temperature. And that way, it'll be good and ready. I bought 4 pounds of lard, and I refilled my Cool Daddy, my fryer, and I'm going to deep fry that chicken today. But it's boneless, skinless chicken, which I love the skin. However, when you buy boneless chicken, there's never any skin on it, so I don't really know what to do. So I'll have butter with it and bacon with it on the days that I eat it. So anyway, so that, because it's, it's a pretty lean meat compared to my usual beef. So that's my game plan. I'm making up some coffee this morning, so might as well let you see me do that. Oh, Terry. Might as well let me watch you spill half of it. I'm not always the most graceful person, but it's alright. I'll do in a pinch. That flavor was toasted coconut. So I'm going to add a little pumpkin pie spice. I kind of dig that flavor. And then my salt. And then my heavy cream. And I have not been using my little frother thing. It's good. I'm kind of lazy, and this is a lot faster. Now, if I had butter or ghee in here, I would, but today I'm not, so. So that's it. That's my coffee today. And there you go. That's my coffee. Oh, I need to add a couple ice cubes. Seeing that steam come off reminded me. I saw the coolest hack last night on Facebook or on YouTube or TikTok, and it said now it wouldn't work for frying chicken, but it says that if your water starts to boil over, drop in 1 ice cube. I was like, well, I'll be darned, that makes total sense, and it did. It worked on his video. I don't use boiling water, but if I ever decide to boil some chicken or something, that would be an awesome idea. So there you go. Now you are in the loop, and that's a hack that you can use if you're boiling water and it's starting to boil over. Instead of having to lift it up and stuff, just grab an ice cube and toss it in. Alright, I'll show you more later. Not only am I playing around with chicken, but it's Saturday, so that means meal prep day. So that means I'm making my bacon and my big beef loaf for the week. Getting my pan covered here. I think I measured this thing before, but I did not remember the size of it. Well, 18, 13. So this is an 18 by 13 size pan. I gotta grab some gloves. Hi, puppy dog. Hi, puppy dog. Set them right there, off to the side. I'm gonna open up my, oh, no, I'm not gonna open up my bacon yet. Hello. I'll make another one of these first. My goodness. So, got on the scale this morning. And according to the scale, I'm down 88 pounds. And that's after Christmas now. That's, you know, that's not really heard of too often because family comes and all the sweets and stuff are out. And I've usually gained 10, 12 pounds. Sorry, I'm jostling the camera. The microwave's behind the camera. Anyway, I've usually gained 10, 15 pounds after the holidays. But, yeah, I'm down. And I don't know by how much per week I could look, but I'd have to look on my phone, and doggone it, I got you all on my phone right now. So if I did that, that'd mean I'd have to pause. And so, yeah, it's not that serious. So, I don't know how much I lost over the, specific time frame. I'm just happy the scale is continuing to move. So I'm doing something right. I mean, if keto works, and low carb works, it only makes sense that lower carb would work too. So I bought this last week. It's cute. It has a little bitty thing. I got it, I guess, before Christmas. It's a little bacon separator thingy. So when I'm done, I'll pour my bacon into here. And then this little thing, it gets kind of caked. But anyway, so it's a place to store my bacon grease. So anyway, and I pulled about a couple tablespoons out, and I put it in here, and I've nuked it, and that's going to be for the chicken. But we are focused on bacon for the moment. So, because I keep my house on the cooler side. Well, no, I've been keeping it warmer lately. However, my kitchen has this big window, so it the kitchen is not overly warm. So room temperature in my kitchen is probably like 68, 69. Now, so we begin the weekly meal prep. I have started, I don't know what I've told you, when I've told you, and all that good stuff, but I've started doing bacon first because that's a great thing to add flavor to my burger. And I buy the thick cut bacon. It's fewer pieces, but it's fewer pieces to take along, and I just really like the flavor of all that deep bacon flavor. And I take, of course I take fewer pieces to work because I get fuller faster with it because it's thicker. It's like having a big old thick steak versus a little bitty thin piece of carne piccata or something. I say that as if I know what that even is. All right, I've seen it. I bought carne piccata, and I think the skirt steak maybe. I don't know. I'm smushing it this direction to make more room for one more piece, because that looked like it was about half of the bacon. So now we'll see. I got my oven preheating to 300 degrees. I just really like it. I saw a video when I was less carnivore and keto, and they do their temp. She bakes it low and slow, and I was like, oh, that's a good idea. Christy Sullivan. So cooking keto with Christy. So if you're more keto, she's a real good one to watch. She's been doing it a long time, and she has tons of amazing recipes. So if you're doing keto and looking for the adventurous stuff and all the extra cooking that you do when you're keto, then go follow her. I am a lazy chef. As you see, I want to cook it once and then be done in the kitchen for the next week. So, carnivore is right up my alley. And there is a puppy dog right here beside me, just hoping. He's just hoping. Please drop something, lady. Come on, drop something, he says. I know it's what he's thinking. So I am going to accidentally drop this little bitty piece on the floor. Oh, there's a tail wagging down there. All right. Oh, and here comes another one, hoping I accidentally drop something. Oh, I'll take this. This little piece isn't going to do anything. All right, so Lulu. Listen to those feet. He comes running. Here, you take that. Callie. Okay, Baxter, don't bite me. Easy. Easy. He's like that song, Baby Shark, doot, 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 doot. He just chomps and... All right, out, dogs. Out, 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 out. I got to open the oven. Go on. Go, 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 go. So now I'll put the bacon into the oven. And I think it usually cooks about an hour and 20 minutes. Which is good. because like I said, I like it low and slow now. I used to do it up at 400 and it'd get done faster, but and like I'm gonna set the timer for 30 minutes so I can check it. And my oven gets hotter on the bottom than it does the top, I think. Yeah. And so it crisps up more on the bottom. So anyway, so I want it to I have to flip them and rotate them after about 30 minutes. So, all right, let me make sure I got my seasonings here. I've got my garlic salt. I have some adobo, some no salt, and some kosher salt. Just because that's all still out from last night. So, I've been watching some videos about chicken and kind of trying to get some tips about doing it whenever it's boneless, skinless fried chicken. And anyway, one thing I noticed is that they all season it, and they all kind of season it their own way, and then they open the chicken. So I've got this heated up bacon grease. One person, she used mustard, which hey, mustard's a good thing. But I'm not using mustard. So another person used mayonnaise, which there again, I don't want to use mayonnaise. So I'm going to use that to kind of give it a little bit of texture, a little flavor, a little sticking powder. And then this is the all-purpose seasoning adobo. This is my no salt. And then my garlic salt. I tell you, I dislike chicken without garlic salt. All right, I'm trying to turn the little top dealy, and I'm doing it one-handed. I'm not doing very well with it, and, oh, there's something. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm taking up time. Well, fine. I'm just trying to turn the top, and the whole lid come off, so this is garlic salt. I'm not going to tell you amounts because I have no clue. I'm just shaking it in. And then here's some kosher salt. You put in what you feel is a good amount for what you like. So what I'm finding is when I was doing my research, my extensive research on YouTube, they all get in there with their hands and open up the chicken, and they get the seasoning in there real good. Now I know I brined it, so now I'm just kind of massaging it in, and they were not open when I had it brining, but I'm sure it's soaked in there good. So right now, like I said, I'm just I want to make sure that all of the chicken gets coated with the seasonings, instead of just hoping that by dumping it in there, it gets coated. One lady was talking about how, you massage every single piece, because otherwise you get spots on the chicken that don't have seasoning. I'm like, oh yeah, that's true. So I am going to put them here and just kind of let them sit. Probably best practice would be for me to move this little thing of salt back, but that'd make too much sense, and I like to live dangerously. That's definitely dangerous, living. Let me see if I can slide it back with my wrist. Hey, that worked. All right. Still just a little water in the bottom of this, but anyway, so I'm just spreading the seasonings all over my chicken here. I'm starting to get hungry myself. It is 9:30 and I haven't had my breakfast or my one meal today. I don't know what to call it. I guess I should just call them, haven't had my meal of the day. On the package of this chicken I was looking, it's about 4 pounds. So probably after it cooks down, it will probably be more like 3 pounds, 3.5 pounds. So whenever I cook it, I'll probably put it into 2 different servings to take with me to work, because I do my OMAD at work. I always get hungry about 11 o'clock, 10, well, I shouldn't say that. Sometime between 10 and 11. I try to at least make myself wait till 10. No particular reason other than, you know, a lunch at work kind of breaks up the day a little bit. So it's kind of nice having something to, you know, kind of do in the middle of your day. And so, plus, like I said, that's when I get hungry. In theory, I could change it around, but these are just little pieces. Now, in a minute, I'm going to let this sit out for a little while, but what my plan is, I have some of that pork panko, and I keep it in the freezer. But my plan is to coat it with this. But I'm gonna make sure the chicken gets to room temperature in the meantime. And actually, I am gonna eat because I'm getting really hungry all of a sudden. So I'm going to throw these gloves away, and then in order to kind of avoid having extra fat in my my drains, I'm going to wipe it out, and all this fat I'm going to throw away. Because while fat may be good for us, it's not necessarily good for our drains. So, because our bodies are at a warm temperature and our drains are not. So I'm going to put this in my dishwasher. And I'm going to wash my hands right quick. And then I'll use my little wipies and wipe off where that chicken was. And I'll come back in just a little bit. Like I said, I'm hungry. It just hit me like a ton of bricks. So I'm going to eat something right quick, and then I will come back and show you guys how I'm going to fry up the chicken. So this is what I'm having for lunch. It is my burgers from last week. Those little white dots, that is goat cheese. It's crumbled goat cheese. It's a little more pungent, strong than feta. And then I've got 2 clumps of butter on here. Maybe 2-3 tablespoons. Probably closer to 3 tablespoons. So I'm probably going to be pooping like a goose later. I know, TMI, but I'm a nurse. There's no such thing as TMI. So burgers, I think chèvre cheese is what they called it on the package, and butter. That's my lunch today. All right, so I am going to apologize because the dishwasher is running in the background, but, you know, I need more space in my dishwasher for the mess I'm about to create. Back here I have a cooling rack over the top of a, pan, the 9x13, I think. Anyway, and then I've got my cookie sheet of chicken, and this is pork panko and Parmesan cheese. It is not as fine as flour, so you will not get the same coating. That was smoked paprika, and this is not opened, a brand new one. I think I have one already open somewhere. I don't see one. All right then. This is all-purpose Greek seasoning when I pop it open. There we go. Alright. So, now, my taste buds change every week. And I watch videos and educate myself on stuff throughout the week. So I may not ever make it just like this again. But what I am reading is that flour, you season your flour. Well, pork panko has tons of salt in it. I was about to say sugar, but nope. It has tons of salt in it. So I don't need to add any salt. I would normally add garlic salt, but I don't have any garlic powder. I wouldn't mind adding that. But anyway, so I think the paprika is plenty because it already has the adobo on the chicken now. So there we go. So, and my little light has gone off, indicating that the oil is hot. I'm gonna block the dogs. Okay, go. They're getting under my feet here. There we go. So now they've got their gate and they'll stay in their lane. So I'm gonna pull up my little basket. I'm doing it at 350. I think just for, I'm gonna do these little, I had a bunch of little like pieces that were not attached to chicken. So I think I'm gonna do those first. Just kind of to get things going because they won't take very long at all. And then I'm gonna shake off the extra batter. So inside of my thing is lard. I used lard. And I said I bought a big old 4-pound container of it. And I'm gonna have to use my oven timer because I have my timer going for my bacon still. It's been in there an hour and it's on another, got it set for 30 more minutes. So I'll come back in about 5 minutes. Okay, timer went off. It's been 5 minutes. So I'll bring these little bad boys up. And I have my fryer so full of grease or lard that when I bring the little basket up, it doesn't come all the way out of it, but that's all right. So now I turned it up to not quite 375, although the thing says 375 for chicken, so maybe I'll put it up to 375. So here's a piece of chicken, and you saw me season it a while ago. Kind of spreading it around, and this is one of those things that I see some people use a paper bag for. That'd probably be pretty cool. But I don't know if I have a paper bag, so it looks like I'm frying fish because it's long and skinny. Since it's the boneless, skinless kind, well, it's kind of sticking on each other, so we might have a few little pieces in this one too. Kind of wanting to stick. Probably because it was the there we go. That bacon grease. It's cooled down to room temperature. And I'm trying to just get off any excess, so just kind of doesn't, I don't lose it in my lard. Hello. Come here, little feller. Alright, I'm going to drop it. Seems like everything says about 7-8 minutes on one side and 7-8 minutes on the other. So I'll see you in 7 minutes. It's only been 3 minutes, but here's one of those. Trying to open it up. Well, that was a little too done, but who cares? It's yum. There's another one. That's how it looks. It's going to look different coming out because it's not flour. But it's still good. Still num yum in your tummy tum tum. Okay, it says on the timer that it's done. So, you know what I find funny? This basket is sitting in oil, and yet the chicken sticks. I don't know, I find that kind of funny. Now I'm going to check the temperature of it in just a second, but I'm going to go ahead and drop in another piece, or another 2 pieces. But yeah, I find that kind of funny, you know, that you spray stuff with oil so they don't stick, and it's down in oil. Now I've got a thermometer. I'm going to stick it in the middle of this one and just see what happens. And for the record, I am looking online for some instant read thermometers because these jobbers take forever. It's still slowly climbing. I think the easiest way to tell is just cut it open and look. But, oh, I forgot to set a timer. Because it's just so much easier because you don't know where that thing goes. I don't know how deep it is, and I don't know where the thermometer part starts and stops. And but it's at 160 right now, and for the record, I did it for 10 minutes because I got to looking at it. I'm like, well, you ding dong, it's all the way submerged, so there's no point in flipping it. That's about 165-ish. Hold on, we got a barker. Oh, now they think they're going to get food. No, that was to tell them to quit barking. Sorry, guys. You're not getting something exciting. I'm sorry. No, get out of here. Out of here. Get out. Get out. Oh, well. At least they quit barking. Ha! All right, so 10 more minutes of this one. And I'll let this one cool. I know this little raggedy thing is done. God love it. Boy, now that's hard as a rock there. But, hey, wait a minute. Let me just stab it with the fork. Yeah. See, that's why I like to cut into it. I don't know. I think chicken's done when it does that kind of stringy stuff. That's when I know my chicken's done. So, and it's cooked on both sides just fine. It's funny, this side looks a little bit darker than that side. But, yeah. So now, I'm going to have get the rest of these done. And, I'll show you how it is when it's all done. So FYI, with thick bacon, it's been an hour and a half. So remember how I thought it wasn't going to take very long? This looks like ham. And so I flipped it. And now I'll put it back in. I got the timer set for another what did I have it on? 30 minutes, I think. So I'll check it again in 30 minutes. But anyway, but I just like the taste. It's so good when it's cooked low and slow. So anyway, so we'll see how long it is then. Hey, I'm gonna do some with no batter and see how that turns out. Let me just see. That'll be kind of good too, I think. Kind of have some with, some without. Let's see how that looks when it's done in 10 minutes. I've got my 2 plates of ground beef done. And they are, here's the other one, going into the oven as usual. So, got my seasonings on them and they're going in. Oven's at 350. And let me set the timer for 30 minutes. I think it's about an hour. You know, you would think I'd have it down to a science by now. I do it almost every week, but my memory's about this long, so I forget every week. Here is that chicken. All that yummy chicken. So, let me see. Let me get a good one. Ooh, that's a fresh one. Ow. Let's get up close. It's funny, I was telling my mom that what I was doing. She was like, you know, everybody is using an air fryer and trying to, stay away from the oil and fat, and you're trying to add more oil and fat. I was like, yeah. I used to try to do the air fryer and avoid fat too, and look what happened to me. But no, I didn't really say that. But I was thinking it, because I'm not going to sass my mama. I know better than that. Anyway, so now I'm going to put that in containers for this week. And then I have been craving some, I don't like fish. I don't like fishy fish. Shrimp's okay if it's battered and doesn't taste like fish. But I'm craving fish. So I bought this little baby shrimp, the extra small shrimp. And we are going to do an experiment. You are following me. God love you. If you've watched it this long into this video, you're probably like, my Lord, woman, what are you doing? But, it's me. And I'm always doing something random. So there, I'll put the lid on this, and this will be 2 days worth of chicken for me this week. And my sink is filling up with more and more dirty dishes. Oh wait, I'm gonna put that back up there. So I was just laughing to myself. This is a bad time for us meat eaters and fryers because, people are, trying to hoard not just toilet paper, but paper towels. And if you eat the bacon, you need paper towels to dry your bacon. Unless I'm doing something that I don't need to do. But, come on. It's stuck. There we go. But anyway, so this is a very difficult time for some of us meat eaters. And with everybody hoarding paper towels. Toilet paper, rock on. Hoard them bad boys. I'm good with that. Okay, so I bought some frozen shrimp. It's these little baby ones. I just had them in a colander and ran some water over them. And now we're going to see what this does. I bet Mom wouldn't fuss about this. She loves shrimp. I don't know why I just never have liked shrimp. I used to go fishing as a kid and we'd catch fish, but I just don't like that fishy taste. So I did not season these, so I will have to season them. Let me try this. As long as the paper towel doesn't go in there. There we go. So I will definitely season them when it's done. But, all right. Let's put those little bad boys down and see how that turns out. That will just be like a little side dish. I figure I'll put it in some little baby containers. But I think that'll be fun. What do I have for small containers? Yeah, I've got a few small containers. Because let me tell you, whenever I do stuff and it ruins the whole weekly meal, I end up not liking it. So, like whenever I added the liver that one time, a little while ago, it's hot, so I'm opening that door. It just got to where I was like, ugh, I'm sick of this. So I'm learning, don't add whatever I make extra to the dealie. Just put it in its own little separate containers, freeze them, pull them out, just like I do everything else. So anyway, so I'll let those go down, maybe about 5 minutes. I don't know. I think 5 minutes would be, hang on, I turned off my oven. Timer, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think 5 minutes is ample time, and I'll show you what they look like then. And by the way, don't let anybody tell you that this, well, I have a lot of people that do tell me, and they're like, I just don't think I could eat that much meat. It would get boring, blah, 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 blah. Well, you know what? Look at all this variety I have. I've got me some fried chicken. I've got me some burgers. And I've got me some shrimp. And I could, if I so chose, to spend that extra money, I could have steaks. Or I've sometimes make pork chops or pork steaks. So don't let anybody try to tell you that you have a boring, a boring arrangement of food, because no, there's quite a variety in this. You just have to think outside the box if you want to. But I don't always like to. A lot of times I just want burgers. But this week I'm feeling something different. So there you go. So I don't know really what you put on shrimp for flavoring. So I'm going to do a little bit of garlic salt. If I can find it. Where'd you go? Here you are. Just a little bit of garlic salt. Because I like garlic. Anything coming in? Yeah, a little bit. So I'm going to put a little garlic. It's like hardly anything coming out. So don't think I'm like loading it down. All right. So there we go. Now I'm going to... I've lost my containers. Just that fast. You are kidding me. Terry. Oh! Found them. You and that one. Because this will be kind of like same concept as like a side to what I'm taking. So I don't want to take it. I'm not trying to take a ton. I'm not trying to get any major nutrients or anything from it. Just a little garnishment to add to my lunch. So now here we go. Oh, you can't see them. How about I just move them out here? There we go. These little jobbers I'll take with me to work. Or let's see, today's Saturday, so I'll probably eat one tomorrow, and then a couple more to work. I'm not sure if I'll toss them in the freezer or what exactly I'll do with them at this point, but they are ready to go. So that's kind of a fun little thing. So now we'll just wait till my burgers are done cooking, and then we'll be done for the week. FYI, I found out last time I used this, So I will take this basket out, and I'm going to move this over. See how gummy and grody it is. I'm going to move it over here to my sink, and when I wash dishes for everything else, I will wash that as well. And I'll let this go on and get back to a hardened form. It's unplugged and turned off, and slide it over a little bit. And yeah, so okay, now I'll show you the burgers when they're done. My burgers are done. I will cut them up and put them in my containers like I do every week. So let's see, I started cooking around 10ish, 11, 12, 1, so about 3.5 hours. And the only part that actually required me to do stuff was the chicken and shrimp, and that was just picking it up and dropping it in. So now I have enough food to last me for about 8 or 9 days. So there you go. See you next week.